So, this big European Super League, what do I think of it? Stick around and find out. So, in all the news, even during the games yesterday, we had the announcement of 6 of the top teams in England and Italy and Spain declaring their interest in this European Super League. Now, I'm going to put up a little picture that sums up what I think of it and why they're doing it right now. Yeah, that is literally what it's all about. It's all about the money. Now, there's a couple of ways of looking at this. You've got to realise that our football is different to other sports. I've been recently looking at Aussie rules and even soccer in America. It's different because we've got that pyramid system. The teams with the money, they're at the top. You get to the top normally by money, usually. Now, it frustrates me, and you know, if you listen to radio stations like TalkSport, all these fans say, oh, these owners don't care about the fans and whatnot. Of course they don't. Football clubs have been run as businesses for years and years and years. I'm 31, and even, you know, in my lifetime, clubs have been run as businesses. An owner buys the club and does what they like with it because it is their business. Same as me. I do what I like with my business because it is my business. You know, it doesn't matter if you've got fans in the stadium in the Premier League, for example, because the TV rights pays a hell of a lot more. You know, when people realise that the system has gone wrong by allowing billionaire owners in, that is where the system, and that's where the divide has been created. And it's frustrating because fans don't realise this. Fans do not, they do realise it, but they're unwilling to accept it. And you've got a lot of hypocrites. You've got a lot of hypocrites in football. Because think this Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, he came in, billions. He's invested so much money. Were the fans complaining then? When Abramovich basically made Chelsea a lower Premier League side to, you know, a winning Premier League side, were the fans complaining? They weren't, were they? They weren't. So fans are being hypocrites. Now, I am completely against this European Super League for a few reasons. Now, at the end of the day, it's a competition where you can't get relegated. You can't, you know, it's not a part of the tier system. We've got the Champions League. The Champions League is a great concept because it allows for clubs to get into it, like Leicester. And Leicester did well in it. And it gave them the money then that they were able to build on their club. You know, in this Super League, there's not going to be any relegations. If you're in it, you're in it. There's no way of even getting into it, you know, unless you're one of these self-proclaimed top 6 clubs in England, for example. You know, that's the big issue here. That's the big issue. And it's all about TV money. It's all about TV money and the money coming in. But can you blame these owners? It's their business and they found a way of making more money. That's how business owners work. You know, there's no morality in it. Sometimes if you're a business owner, you've got to think about number one, and that is the way they look at it. So yeah, that's one thing you've got to think about. Now, I think it goes completely against, because of that not being able to actually get into it and not being able to be taken out of it, that goes against the ethos of the, especially of the English pyramid system. In the English pyramid system, it's about fair play. If you work hard and you win, wins and losses, if you win, you go up. Lose, you go down. That is the way it works in England, which some countries struggle with the idea of. But it is a very, very big pyramid. That's the issue. That's the issue, that you can't come in and out of it. But we've got the Champions League. We've got the Champions League. Why do you need other thing? Why do you need that? More money, obviously. It's frustrating. Now, it goes against, for example, the Premier League and the Football League system. What should happen to these? What should happen to these top six? I think they should be deducted points. They should be relegated. Screw it. Screw it. If they want to exclude themselves from everything, let them go. Let them go. We'll have new we'll have new winners of the Premier League. We'll have new teams performing and winning. You know, they will grow. They will grow. But it's a bigger issue. Let's be honest. It's a bigger issue. It's the issue of, I think Gary Neville said it very well. Rio Ferdinand said it well. But they said along the lines of, they need to save football from football. Which is annoying because it's hypocritical, because they were happily taking the money when Man United had all this money pumped into them. It's difficult. It's difficult because this is the issue with these top players and big money people saying this. It's almost hypocritical because they took the money. They took the money and ran. You know. Can you blame the owners? That's the tricky thing. Can you blame the owners? And also on another side is these fans of these clubs, they're not going to stop watching. They're not going to stop going to the games. They are loyal. And this is something else we notice, that I've noticed in obviously rugby, and a lot of people have said. In football, fans support the club. They're devoted to the club. In rugby, yes, they support the club, but they love the sport and they want to look after the sport. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. You know, wage caps, that's a subject we can think of. Transfer caps, that's something we can speak of. But when so many clubs are struggling, and you get these big teams spending 100 million on one player, when 1 million of that even could do wonders for these lower league teams, grassroots teams, county level teams. Something's wrong with the system. Things are wrong with the system. The Premier League is a joke. You know, I've talked about the refereeing. Premier League don't want to help referees. You know, so what's the chance of the Premier League and the Football League doing anything to make things right? I don't know. It's frustrating, and this is not the only issue. This European Super League just highlights a wider issue. And will anyone be brave enough to deal with it? No, they won't, because the guys at the top, they don't care. They don't care. Or certainly from the little people, it seems like the big people don't care. You know, if they cared, they would be supporting all this on the radio, or how these big clubs are, you know, if they're gone, you know, then there won't be the support for the smaller clubs. The support for the smaller clubs isn't there anyway. What are they talking about? The big clubs aren't supporting the little clubs financially, grassroots level and that. For all this pandemic, where's the support been? Come on. If these six big teams again, want to go, get rid of them. Chuck them out of the Premier League. Other clubs will survive and will flourish. Let's be honest. That's what I thought of it anyway. Businesses, they are businesses, remember that. Kick these six clubs out of it, screw them. The league will survive. People will still watch. And the fans, if you're a fan of one of these clubs, see some sense, go support your local team. Your lower league teams that really need that money. The money that is they're desperately needing, and your match day ticket is the lifeline that they need. And maybe you can see them flourish. Yeah, there's my thought for the day. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time. Dog.